YDBT Daily, YDBT Daily coming at you on a Thursday. Today was a day that I did not have to do one bit of research. All I had to do was just listen to the shit that was being talked about out there. I was getting tagged in posts and I was like, this is nice. And late today, I received an email allowing me to show you photos that I've been hanging on to for a year and a half. And I think you guys are going to like what you're going to see. We're going to talk about Roush Performance releasing a teaser video of what I suspected was a front feed 2650 potentially Magnuson design blower, because we talked about it last Tuesday on Talking Shit, where we think it's a Magnuson blower, and I wondered what throttle body they were going to go with. We'll talk about that. We're going to speculate. They tagged the kid because they obviously understand that I'm the raw guy when it comes to TVS stuff. I know Whipple has their awesome guys that back their product, that wear bathing suits and dress like girls. That's right. Whipple's got people on their roster that push their product that dress like women. So that tells you all you need to know about how they go about marketing their product. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the C8-ZR1 Turbo manifolds, that and many more things, and your questions, comments, and concerns, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people here.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
You know, Mr. Bill O'Reilly, today doesn't suck. Today was a very news-heavy day. DNAPperformance.com, DNAPperformance for all your parts needs. Camaro, Mustang, you name it. Fuel, injectors, wheels, tires, Torco, DNA. Emery cups, too. DNAPperformance.com. Calibration.com. Stage 4. MT82s coming soon. That's right. 12 to 1300 horsepower capable MT82s coming at you. A couple of test pieces going out pretty soon. Ismpp, they tuned my ZR1. It made 750 rear wheel horsepower on E50 lab coat time. Ismpp of MD. PMAS, nicknamed the PMAS, the best cold renting on the planet. Fuck anything else, PMAS. If you don't like PMAS, fuck you. Parts.com. Used parts, wheels, tires, shells, turned cars, cranker pallets, transmissions, rear ends, wheels, you name it. They got it all. Used parts, parts.com. MFV Australia, 2 Auto Solution, Rami Dadan, 2 Auto Solution in Puerto Rico, the best late model shop in Puerto Rico, and Belak now being offered by I think Turn 14, who is now the most woke parts company on the planet, talking about Juneteenth and Pride Month. So buy from them at I don't know. I don't know what to say about that whole situation. It's fucking weird. We got Liam Phelps, 101 RTR, Cody Jones, Clean 93GC, Joe Swish, T-Rock Fox, Coyote, Fury, Cody Jones, Monty 540, Paul Ponthew, Travis, Nick, Mad Nomad, Yusuf, Renee, Bilavesh, Jason R, Rizzy, Yusuf again, JD Swag, Stuart D, El Verga Larga, Cole Lucky, El Verga Larga again, Valley 10-Speed, good morning. Ignacio Ramirez says, Amory checking in, drop a like, I don't know why I'm yelling, sorry. I'm hung so low, Mark Christensen, Matthew Nichols, TJ Sikorsky, Harley Gonzalez, the resident pork chop, Abel, Ants 19 Coyote, Anthony Big Jake, Ashton Munoz, Kior, Yank Done It, Jeremiah, Rudy Bucala, Michael Rodriguez, Ants again, Rizzy again, Joseph Roman, Saval Martin, RoboStyle, Kior, RoboStyle, Douche Did It, Bondo Bird in the house, Mr. Whipple himself, Ants Naldo again, Bocap, Bryson Wick, Croqueta de Jamón. Cabrón. Croqueta de jamón. I love it. Slow 99, if it ain't shocking like a motherfucker, it ain't worth shit. Jeremiah Camp, probably a stupid question, but what does Amory stand for? Fairly new to this channel. Definitely not Jeremiah Camp. Bondo Bird, Roush versus Whipple poll. Come on, please. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. This chat knows that we don't support motherfuckers that let guys that cross-dress promote their product. Twin Turbo Carb, Coyote, Parker Performance, Eddie, Mike K, Cody Jones, 94 GT, Renee. Someone said, what's good, Alex and Tony, SVT. Choppa. Whipple employees don't cross-dress though. Exactly. It don't matter though. It don't matter. It's who pushes your product. The visible people pushing your product are cross-dressers. So you could say whatever you want. The people that are the optics are y'all fuck with cross-dressers. So take that what you will. And Cody Jones says, Yo Damos strikes again. Now, your boy on Tuesday was speculating a little bit about what this blower is going to be. I have no insider information. I have no contacts at Roush. I don't think they'd like me all that much. I think I'm maybe a necessary evil, but they might have seen the show and gone, man, this motherfucker's pretty on point, and we haven't given them any information. I speculated as to what throttle body they were going to use. If it's an Odin, because Magnuson and VMP don't fuck with each other anymore, supposedly, they can't use a TJ69. One, it sucks. Two, I don't think it's carb compliant or the tuning isn't vetted. And it's too inconsistent. It has a 50% failure rate. And it's not an OEM throttle body. So I'm like, well, maybe they're going to go with another throttle body. And I speculated to that on Tuesday. Listen up. The dinner plate situation. The IATs were great. What throttle body are you going to use? Roush. Let's talk Roush. What throttle body are you going to use? Roush. You know what would be so fucking cool, Roush? If you used 2 stock throttle bodies. I think that would be so fucking awesome. Why? If and when the calibration is indexed, retaining 2 throttle bodies requires less special stuff. I suspect that Whipple has access to a bunch of stuff to be able to shut off the logic for 1 throttle body. So now they can run on 1 single throttle body, so 2 cold airs going into 1 throttle body. But if Roush somehow devises a way, because they're an OEM style company, of retaining both throttle bodies, sucking in through the factory cold airs, which are going to flow plenty, I think that's even better because that is a feature of the 24 Mustang. It is a feature. When you think 24 Mustang, every single thing you've seen in magazines, every single article, everything you've talked about and why it makes more power is because it has 2 throttle bodies. And if all of a sudden you're one of those guys, fanboys, that not necessarily looking for power, but you want to retain the features that the car came with. Look, I'm not one to say that 2 80s are better than 1 132 or whatever the hell the size is. But I'm definitely cognizant of the fact that optics matter. Just like letting cross-dressers promote your product matters, optics matter. So when you open the hood and something has 1 throttle body and the ugliest cold air known to man, it is, I don't give a fuck how much it flows. It looks like dog shit. And we'll talk about looks in a second. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. We worked with Ford to make it flow. Cool. It looks like an afterthought. It looks like shit. It's not a good look. Why didn't you just retain 2 throttle bodies? Why not 2 132s? Well, okay, cool. So 2 cold airs into 1 looks like dog piss. Roush goes, wait a minute. I think we can one up this because I've seen this before. And Roush, to their credit, shouted out the kid on their Instagram post right here, says 2 is better than 1, and at YDBT for life on Instagram, posting a teaser shot of their situation. Now understand, the funny thing is, right, a lot of you guys think the whining doesn't care. To the normies, they fucking care. Dude, the normies, like, have you heard the Hellcat guys? Hellcat guys are, making that stupid noise as if the fucking, it's all about the blower sound. And the normies make up 70 to 80% of your sales. The racer is probably 10%. The serious racer is probably 2%. 2 throttle bodies off of a single, potentially 2650 or 3100. So, in the post, I appreciated that they tagged me, and John Lund Jr. goes in there and goes, this tune will work great with a set of twin turbos. Bro, he was tracking exactly like I was tracking. I went, say what? You're not wrong. Twin turbo manufacturers can actually use the Roush tune. Think about it. If the cold airs end up in the stock location on the Roush tune with 2 throttle bodies, what's the difference between that and a locked IMRC manifold with 2 stock throttle bodies if it all ends up in the same location? Tune is scaled to over 2.0 load. make it happen, racers. I'm talking about the 1%. Roush wouldn't check off on that, but I would say that it is easier to integrate a Roush calibration to twin turbos than a Whipple calibration with a single throttle body that you then have to make work with probably the ugliest intake manifold in history to make everything work 2 into 1 and make ugly pipes go into one common situation. Now, people are going to say, Alex, you must have gotten advanced knowledge of this Roush blower. I swear to God, I swear to Tony's life, I didn't get any information. I just did a bunch of speculating. I saw the rib on Tuesday. I go, that looks like an Odin rib. Told you guys why I thought it was like an Odin situation. Speculated as to the relationship of VMP and Magnuson ending. Magnuson owns the tooling, not VMP. VMP was just private labeling their blower, just like they're private labeling the Whipple blower. So Magnuson owned the patent or the tooling. So all of a sudden, Roush is like, we don't really want to go out of our way and develop a whole brand new supercharger, but if Magnuson is willing to play ball and sell us this blower, but with the caveat that we need to have 2 throttle bodies on it to differentiate it from the Odin and to make it Roush's own and retaining the 24 calibration and the feature 2 throttle bodies. Boom, they posted it up, tagged me in it. I thought that was cool. Now, maybe they tagged me in it because they want a little play. Super smart. 1, I don't cross-dress. So you already have that one up. 2, there is no more legitimate podcast style live stream when it comes to Mustang stuff than this one. And 3, I am the biggest supporter of the TVS rotor pack. Will it be able to make 1,000 horsepower in Minecraft in some absolute, fake hypothetical situation? Of course. Will the Whipple? Of course. Will anyone need that or ever get it to that point? No, probably half of a percentage will even try just to swing their dick. Like trying to make the selling point that the Whipple is 1,000 horsepower capable when the car is not tunable is laughable to me. So now this becomes a competition of tuning. Who's the better tuner? OEM, Roush or Whipple? Roush, if you haven't tested this situation and it hasn't gone 9s with relative ease, you're going to be up against it. So I can only support so much, but if you're not going to put actual backing and pushing this product to the max, I think you're going to lose market share to Whipple. Not because it's a worse blower, it's because you're not willing to push it all the way to the edge. And I think with all of your resources, you'd be remiss not to take this opportunity and really get after it, make a race version, get aggressive, get your marketing team on point with rap shit. That's right. Turn on Future for about like 8 years ago, Future, rap shit. Whatchamacallit, The Baby and all these other fucking rappers where like they were like Atlanta-based rappers. Get on game with what they were talking, that shit. Use some of those clips on your, promotional videos because are you selling this car to old guys? Like, who is the market? Who are you aiming to market these cars at? Whipple's out there telling you, hey, cross-dressers can go 9s. That means straight guys can probably go 8s. So let's see if cross-dressers can be beat at their own game. And Roush actually puts some skin in the game into the promotion and caters to a younger crowd just for buzz, not necessarily sales. Buzz. All you want out of this situation is buzz. Eventually the sales will come. We all know it's a 2650 rotor pack with 2 throttle bodies. We all know the limitations of the Odin blower. We know you can make 1,000 with a 20% lower, 18 degrees of timing and about 30 PSI. So at the end of the day, it just has to run 9s. Relatively easy with octane booster or race gas on the stock setup. And now your tuning is on par with what is currently out there. And now you have, let's just say, you have a skin in the game. You have market share where you were out of the game since 2018 with your front feed 2650. That was an absolute dud. Now, we'll talk about that. You guys want to have questions on that? Cool. But what I'm about to talk to now is one of the reasons I am probably trustworthy in this industry. A lot of people hit me up on the backside, hey, yo, and they're like, Alex, I want to show you what's happening, but you cannot post this. And I go, come on, don't do this to me. If you're going to hit me up, you got to give me juicy details. I had a guy before that was showing me the DCT transmission on the GT500 2 years before it came out. I had pictures of the drivetrain 2 years before it came out, but he could not actually allow me to show it. So I've been holding on to these photos for a year and a half. And it is a C8-ZR1 Turbo manifold. So if you really want to check out what they look like, get your phone. I'll give you a minute or two. Get ready, get up to your television, and check out these manifolds. And this is at the development stage. This is where they're being CAD drawn, 3D printed, and then maybe another initial casting. So I'm going to show you some photos real quick with a little bit of a watermark so that you see what I had access to about a year and a half ago. And finally, I got permission to show you. Let me make sure I got everything on point here. Okay, so first of all, we're going to show you just the manifold and in someone's hand for scale so that you understand how chunky these C8-ZR1 turbo manifolds are. They're actually pretty beefy if you really take a look at them. This is obviously just one side. Everything is casted as one piece. It looks like they have maybe a sensor or something here for maybe turbine speed or exhaust wheel speed or temperature. Let's say exhaust wheel temperature, but that's casted into the designs. I'll leave this up for a little bit so you guys can take a look at it, maybe get a screenshot. Keep the watermark in there. Don't be sharing it without the watermark. Fuck you if you share it without the watermark. I'll kill you. What is the next one? Oh, come on, Alex. Here we go. Okay. This is, again, the CAD process. So obviously they have to draw it up, make sure it all fits in the proper spaces. And this is part of their process. So they just showed me that. There's none of that. And I've had these for, again, a year and a half. And he finally said, look, Chevy announced it. Chevy said that we're good to go. So you can show the photos all you want. So I don't know what the fuck's going on here. But again, just showing you the C8-ZR1 turbo manifolds. Okay, where's there we go. A little bit closer up. Okay, like pretty well casted. I don't know what the fuck this machine is trying to do, but you could see that they have some real funky shit going on here. I have no idea what it is, but he just said, hey, you can share all the photos. There's nothing incriminating. There you go. And I think there was some like on a rack somewhere, but there you go. This is the turbo manifold exclusive. You've seen it here first. C8-ZR1 turbo manifolds that are going to go on the, I think, 5.5 liter flat plane crank ZR1. And then supposedly the Zora, which is going to be the same thing, but with a hybrid situation. So this picture to me is like the most telling. Like it tells you the size of, remember there's two of these, it's twin turbo. So it's going to be interesting what happens, what's going to come about with the C8-ZR1, but we can talk about whatever you want to talk about today. We can talk about me being right, being Yolodamus again without having insider information. Roush reaching out to the kid and potentially wanting to be aggressive with the marketing of the product. But again, if it doesn't run a number, I think it's going to be a problem. So you guys better have good numbers. You guys better have good data on these things, because if it's just an Odin running, you know, barely into the 10s at like max effort, because I hope you got extra pulleys, Roush, do you have extra pulleys? Did you make extra pulleys for like a stage 2 kit, for like a race kit, like a 69 millimeter, like a 2.4, 2.6, 2.8? Because I'm sure the stock one's going to be 3.5. Then you got to have a 3.0. No, you're going to have a 3.8, a 3.2. Boy, is it like Whipple sizes. 3.8, 3.75, 3.6, 3.5, 3.3, 3.2. I hope you have a big selection of pulleys. We'll talk about it. We got the hot sauce says, awesome open Alex. BBL Drizzy says, Roush debuting into Not Like Us. Whipple is definitely playing Diddy. Let me put my headphones on real quick. Bet money to 3,100. I would hope it's a 3,100. Someone from Roush reached out to me on Facebook, and I really want to see what they got to offer. If they want me to get on there and help them promote, you got to roll out the red carpet. Because I have no reason to promote anyone with anything. This show has more credibility than most companies. So about the last thing I'm going to do is just help someone out that isn't going to help me out. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's just how it works. Off topic. No, we're not going to do off topic. No off topic. Thank you for the money. We're not going to do off topic. We're talking Roush TVS. We're talking C8-ZR1 Twin Turbo. No fucking all-wheel drive Explorer garbage. No one gives a shit. I've been out of the country for a while, says 94 GT Ver. Who at Whipple cross-dress? Hopefully not Bondo Bird. No, they... We're good there. Crossdresser, don't forget cuckold and biggest loser contendants. That would be the internal wastegate shaft. Thank you, Brennan VRT. Wastegate flap. Very good. Bro, that's huge. That's like double the size of GTR stuff. Get ready for a pure 1500 horsepower turbo. Spottenberg said Crossdresser is Whipple's #1 reseller. That says more about the Mustang community than anything. It just makes you guys tied to a crossdresser that's selling your product. Like that's, if you guys are cool with that, that tells me more about Whipple than the Mustang community. It tells me more about Whipple than the Mustang community. Will that be Corvette, the first ever twin turbo American V8 from production? It sounds like it. Nardi Mikado says it was just the other day when the Crossdresser and Lund flunky were celebrating 875 on the dyno, then went out and ran a 10.6 at 135. Patrick Scott says 6466 is my turbo size guess for the Vet. I don't know. Bet those mechanics don't use DeWalt tools. Hope the intake manifolds are separate with the ZR1. You mean you hope that they sell you 5.5 dual overhead cam manifolds? Does GM Performance have a parts department? Like when Coletti was there, they had a parts department where you could buy cylinder heads, headers. Like I remember when the 95 Cobra R came out and Coletti's team, SVT, put out a parts list, how you can recreate your own 94 Cobra R with the cylinder heads, with the headers and the drive shaft and all the bullshit and the wheels and tires. I don't know. I don't know if Chevy has a similar situation. I completely agree with what you're saying about the future from 5 to 6 years ago. All that shit slaps. If Roush works with you, they'll have the majority of the market share. I don't think so, but because they were so far behind with the 2650, they need everything they can get. They're not going to compete with Whipple because Whipple, I think, sells their souls to every single YouTuber on the planet, gives them a free Whipple. Like they give out free Whipples. Guys, I remember during the TVS Whipple wars of 2015, if you had a fast TVS car, Whipple gave you a blower. Gave you a blower. Here's a free blower. So what does that mean? A car that is vetted, runs well, performs awesome on a 2.3 liter TVS, you're going to give them a 3 liter twin screw and rah that it went 0.2 quicker over a 2.3. Like I was looking at that and I'm like, this is retarded. It's like giving somebody a 4.5 liter Whipple up against a 2.3 and saying, look, it's a whole 0.3 seconds faster. Whipple's #1. It's fucking almost a whole liter bigger. It should be bigger. Now, why doesn't Whipple give somebody their 2.3 liter rotor pack? Remember that? Did you guys forget that? I remember you guys had a 2.3 liter rotor pack that barely made 530 horsepower? Did you forget that? Did you guys forget you had that? Come on, stop it. Interesting if Chevy would allow you to buy some of these parts as the base model V8. Ross Lund on the Fire mixtape drop. I don't think so. And this is why I am blown away that someone like a Roush does not work closely with me. Or you can't just like have the kid over and do a tour. No, nitty gritty stuff. And if you're not going to give me nitty gritty stuff, I don't want it. I'll just stay here. I'm good. I'm saying I want to know what the fuck's going on. Knee deep calibration numbers. And I'll sign NDAs and all this shit. But imagine having access to having access to the tuner that has 70% of the market share of the aftermarket Mustang calibration. Almost every record known to man on the Mustang side, Coyote, and not at least trying to dabble into that relationship. Imagine being Roush, having a fleet of, or a chunk of your building dedicated to building fast Mustangs, and you don't even dare talk to the #1 tuner for that platform or previous platforms. Mind blown. Why are you guys cookie cutting nowadays? Lund is not who they used to. What the fuck are you talking about, Vincent Morala? In 2011, Vincent, we gave you one tune if you had a 11 GT CJ with a twin 65 and a Ford Racing Cold Air. Everybody got the same tune. Same thing if it was a manual, auto. Same thing if it was a Gen 2. Same thing if it was a Gen 3. You think you deserve more than you're actually needing. You think you need massaging. You think you need your balls rubbed. Mod your car more. Like people like you probably go, I'm not happy of the fact that my NA 93 octane car only made 450 real horsepower. What the fuck you think it should make? 500? Boy, you are smoking that crack. Smoking that crack. Take me back to the days of Whipple versus VMP, GM Parts Direct. So GM Parts Direct is a thing? That'll be interesting. Should they send you a Roush blower to Steeda since they already have a light S550? No, I don't think so. I mean, they'd have to send them they should work with somebody like that or JPC. You know, think about it. There are 3 or 4 really fast NA Coyotes. Some are in the 10s, low 10s. JPC is the only one that was able to dip into the 9s. So the chassis is light. The trans is probably hating life. And I hope the motor's in good condition. So if Roush was to say, hey, JPC, would you slap this blower on your car? Because it has twin throttle bodies, you know, in the future, you can do turbo stuff, whatever the fuck you want to do. But what we need from you is to go 8s with our blower on your car. We'll work with you to tune it. We'll dyno it. We'll put some exotic fuels in it. We'll do whatever you want to do. But a car's got to run 8s. JPC will do it. They'll fucking do it. Now, maybe JPC won't sell Roush kits, but they'll go 8s in that platform. And then they could say, ship that blower back. Thank you. We'll take a look at the rotor packs. We'll see, you know, what the added blower speed or let's see if there's any internal damage. Oh, by the way, keep the tune in the car. And then Justin Burcham tells his guys, get a stock manifold in there, stock throttle bodies, fab up a housing that closely mimics the stock cold air, let's say, diameter. Maybe whatever sensor is in there stays happy. And then we'll shove, 20 pounds of boost through it, twin turbo, and you do like an auxiliary injector set for extra fueling, like micro squirt, and control it that way, pulse it down its throat, and then JPC will run an 8 something, or maybe low 8 something. Because there's no trans brake, it's going to be foot brake stuff, unless they do foot brake, 2-step stuff. I think that'll be good for them to stay visible. Because you haven't heard much from JPC since they went 9.6 or 9.7 with nitrous on their S650, aka the 2024 Mustang. So I think that's something that they can do, but I don't know who's in charge over there to actually bring that up, or if they think it's worth it. I don't know. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to go out there and start gutting cars and doing dumb shit because I don't have the time, the patience, and there's nothing in it for me. I would be basically promoting Roush, but I'm just happy that there isn't just one blower anymore for 2024 Mustangs. What a great business model that would be. We've done thousands of these exact combos, but let's start from scratch. This tune so the customer feels warm and fuzzy. People say the same thing. Lund fell off, Lund fell off, Lund fell off. No, you are inadequate. You didn't mod your car enough. You are not doing what the fastest guys do. You think you should make 500 horsepower pump gas. You watch dyno videos and think your car should dyno the same. Meanwhile, you've never been to a track to see what the car traps. You have no suspension mods. You have no tires. You have fully equipped car, performance package, tech package. You have 2 12s in the trunk and you wonder why you're not running the numbers your buddies are running. Simple. You're not a racer, dude. So you don't deserve any extra attention. Today, I had a Whipple customer say, hey, I'm going to get after it. Okay, what's done to this car? And he did everything to that car to configure it to be a race car. So what do? I'm like, hey, are you okay blowing it up? He goes, it's a grudge car. We fucking sending it here. I go, here you go. Did I say, here's more timing? No, more RPMs. More RPMs. That's all. Here's more RPMs. You got cams in it? Yep. Here's more RPMs. There is no sauce when your car sits like regular traffic. What the fuck is there sauce about when your shit is regular traffic and you go to a pump gas station to get your fuel? And if it's your only car, please stop trying to race it. Drive it to work. That's what you need. I don't understand how folks get mad when get the right tune the first time and do not have to go back and forth. That would be a good feeling. Any issues but want to renew for revision makes no sense. Any issues but want me to renew for revisions makes no sense. Hey, if you're past your 6 months and you want to revise your file, you got to pay. I'm sorry. I went to Ruth Chris and I had a wonderful steak. I went back 2 months later and I want another steak, but maybe medium well, or maybe I want to try their tomahawk. because I had their sirloin or I had their Wagyu. I want their tomahawk. Should I get it for free? No, you pay. If your revision window goes past 6 months, you have to extend it for $150. If you want us to look at logs and you've been past 6 whole fucking months and you want us to review at a cold air or whatever, you gotta pay. If you don't want to pay Lund $150 to review your logs or revise your file, you can go to another tuner and pay $400 for a brand new tune that sucks. Choice is easy. Go racing, fool, lose some weight, right? Exactly. Every car is different. Mine was built on Friday at 3:45. I wish I could drop off a pic of their response on here. Dude, tell me the fucking ticket number and I'll probably tell you it was probably me. I'd be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Your car's fine. I like how you think you're going to fucking down talk Lund when in every fucking ticket we reply the same way. That loser wants 17 revisions, exactly. Dustin Daunting Fastback says, Alex, what RPM do you guys set on stock manual Gen 3 93 tune car 7850? 7850. You don't need to rev it past 7,500 RPMs, stock cams, stock manifold. That's not an issue. Then pay. Then fucking pay if it's not an issue. Not an issue, pay. Why are you tripping? Why are you on a podcast talking shit? People are thinking it's lifetime service. Nardi Mikado says, Alex, what do you mean there's no sauce? Why do you call that Octanium tune? Well, they said, once I revise for the fender well intake change, they won't chase issues. They said, once I revise for the fender well intake change, they won't chase issues. Because if it's a PMAS fender well, you get one tune. And that tune is usually on the money if there are no issues. If you removed the signal light or that little plastic piece in the bumper to have a ram air effect and your car runs like shit, how the fuck is Lund gonna chase that? If you made any changes out of the norm from the regular installed PMAS fender well intake, Lund should not have to chase issues because no issues happen. Go back to Bama, exactly. I would never daily my Mustang. I daily drive my 2018 Camaro, and sports cars are ass to daily compared to a sedan, truck, or SUV. Honestly, honestly, 6 months is a deal. $150 is peanuts for that help. It's not that much, you guys. $150. Torgo says he sounds like Dotson from Jurassic Park. If $150 is too much, sell the car. You're not that guy. Hey, Vincent, you're not that guy. You're here complaining, and guys that complain like you are probably high maintenance people that you should probably tune it yourself because you're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
We have 4,000 customers on TDN and about 1,000 that have LRXs. And I would say 0.0001% of them say, yo, suck. And then when you figure out, you go to their Facebook page, you go to their Instagram, you see their posts, you see their pictures, you go, oh, okay, we understand. You're not that guy. You're just not that guy. It's all good. You're telling me I can't just throw E85 in my car without paying? Damn, Vincent is in his feelings. How did this become the Vincent Morala thing when we're talking about Roush putting out a potential 2650? Now, Roush, hit me up. Please tell me you stuffed the 3100 in there. Please tell me you somehow stuffed a revised 3.1 in there. If you didn't, that sucks. I think it'd be a mistake to go back to another 2650, but it'll perform okay for what you need. My tune took too long because of my work schedule. My 93 and 85 tune was dead on for the first time. Alex, other than 800 idle RPMs and high RPMs, what? DJ Lux, you know, people really think that Lund idles the tune higher, and that's it for the tune. Like, you really think Lund Racing sends you a tune with a higher rev limiter and a higher idle, and that's your performance tune? Guys, do you now understand why I don't go outside? I don't go to meets. I don't talk to people. Like, there's so much information on tuning on YouTube. On Lund Racing's YouTube channel, we tell you specifically what we do differently to the 18 and up Mustang. There's like, I think a half hour or a 1 hour long video where John sits there and explains it to you like a retard. And this guy goes, other than a higher rev limiter and a higher idle, what can I expect from my Lund tune? Unbelievable. I thought it's 250. Someone wanting to remote mechanic. Bam, a tunes for life, Vato. Not a fan of the Roush toaster oven of a supercharger. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That front feed 2650 with the single throttle body. That's not the move. So I think that's going to be an improvement. The Odin style case. I don't know what they're going to call it, but I really wish they had a 3.1 in there. Blicky Bobby, bro, I hate y'all. Nardi agreed. All we need for Roush is to confirm it's not a 2650. Okay, let's go to Roush Performance, and I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna say, is this a 2650 or a 3100? Oh, wow, I did not have the numbers locked. Is this a 2650 numbers locked? 2650 or a 3100? And we'll see if they answer it by the end of the show. They probably won't because they have, like, you know, office hours, normal, you know, banker's hours. Parker Performance says, I love hearing the normies complain about Lund. Having done thousands of tunes with the larger percentage from Lund, I can tell you without a doubt, they're going to take great care of you and the car. Think about it. Answer this question, Vincent. Are you having current troubles with your car? Yes or no? If you are not, why the fuck are you on this chat? Alex Vincent posted the ticket number. Okay, what is it? 210. Okay, I guess we're doing it. Fuck it. Let me get the microphone up here. Okay. Okay, it's 2. Okay, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but okay. Do. Okay, boy. Going bad. You'll need to re-up. Okay, so correct once you have it now. Okay. The one we have now. There's not one on the market. Okay, I gotta go back. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna read through this because this is stupid. So he wants to put a custom cold air on. That's what he wants to do. I'm going to be changing it up with a Whipple fender well intake and adding an ice tank. You want an idle slower vlog. And then Brandon's like, show me which one you're doing. And Brandon's like, this, there's not one on the market. The best one for the Whipple is this one. And Brandon shows him a picture of the intake that is the best one for the market. And then he fights. He goes, is that the one you have now? Yeah, keeping the heat exchanger. Gonna look again. Once I get it on, can you say, so he's not listening. Got it. The tuner that tunes these cars for a living says, this is the best intake in the market. No need to revise the file. The customer says, I don't care. I'm going to install something that you don't recommend. Why won't you guys adjust it? The tuner says, we will not chase issues on a custom cold air when the one you have supports up to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower, and he's mad about it. And he's mad. You never got the pictures right there. Go on your spam folder, Vincent. You self-fucking snitched. The guy told you, hey, the one you got can support 1,000 horsepower. You said, well, what do you mean? What if I want to put something else on? And he said, you don't need to. The one you have supports up to 1,000 horsepower. And you said, you're telling me you're not going to adjust it? And then he gave you an out. He said, if you re-up for a 6-month revision fee, sure. But he's trying to save you money. He is telling you you don't need to do shit. And you're fighting him in the ticket. You see, Vincent? You're the problem, not the tuner. You come here saying it's the fucking tuner. That's what happens on Facebook. My tuner sucks. I go to the ticket and the tuner actually recommended parts to you and tried to save you money by saying, don't install that fender well piece of junk. The one you have is plenty. Save the money. Now, if you want to re-up for 6 months because you're past your revision window, we'll adjust, but we're not going to chase issues with it because it's a race-only cold air. You are a liar. That's why I don't go outside. The ticket explains it clear as day. So, Vincent, listen to the tuner or don't. That's all I got to say. Wow. Good job. Good job of self-snitching on that one. And why do I know that we don't talk that shit? This is why. It's written down. John Lund Sr. logs in at night, and he wants to make sure we're not getting sideways with customers. We know that. I can't go, fuck you, customer. I can't do that. I want to every day, but I don't. I go, yes, sir, this and that and this and that. I had a customer complain about me because I simply told them this is the best on the market. Don't buy this one. And the customer goes, well, I want this one. I go, that's fine, but I'm not going to chase issues because there's been nothing but issues with that intake. Same thing happened here. He already has the intake that supports up to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower. The tuner showed him a picture of it, said, this is the one you got. You don't need anything else. Customer ignores that, says, but I want to install something else. Tuner says, give me 6 months revision fee because you're past it. I'll tune it, but I won't chase issues because it's custom. Wow. 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 I never said intakes being under the hood are shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, Vincent. Vincent. Unsubscribe from this channel and never listen to the show again. Never listen to the show again. You don't get it. You don't understand. You don't have the brain cells to comprehend what I'm telling you. GT350 intakes are under the hood, right? PMAS cold air intakes are under the hood, right? GT500, every intake is under the fucking hood. But they have a little funnel and they suck air in from a little tiny vent in the grill. So when you shut the hood, there's a seal around the shield and there's a little tiny funneling of air from fresh air from the outside. Please, please, please get the fuck out of here. Please get the fuck out of here.
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck
Oh my
you
God.
right now, motherfucker.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Retard. Bro, get out of here. 10 toes down, Theo. What is that setup? What is that setup? Details, please. It's a Whipple. It's a fucking basic bitch Whipple. It's a Whipple fucking car with a Whipple cold air, and he's saying, "I want something that sucks in air from the wheel well." What? My God. Vincent, no, Alex, keep the air intake closed, not open element. He but hurt that you put him up to a mirror, right? Here he goes making things up again. He is getting what he wants from you right now. Is in his fields. He's saying, yeah, one of the guys, one of my mods, Nardi or something. Get rid of homeboy. Get him out of here. Put him in timeout. We don't want to. He is taking up too much of my oxygen where I can talk about C8 Twin Turbo Manifold stuff or Roush Twin Throttle Body stuff. And this motherfucker is going in on dumb shit. Get him the fuck out of here. Fuck this guy. Alex, stop. He's already dead. Dude, we literally caught him lying on the thing. Okay. So now with the Roush supposed front feed twin throttle body situation coming out, their RS3, what's it going to look like? Obviously going to have their suspension. They're going to have their wheels, their Alcantara seats to keep them, in the car and all this stuff. Previous Roush cars, 17, again, the standard bearer, the flagship of all Roush cars is the 2015 to 17 Roush RS3 Phase 2. 80 millimeter pulley, boosted pump, and a LU47 injector. Somehow was able to make over 600 horsepower. This car in manual form should make close to 700, right? Let it go into cap protection. Let it go 0.68. Put a Predator 55 injector in it, which is the only one that you can actually put in it because it's high flow and long body and emissions compliant and a Ford OEM part. I think you should aim for about 700 real horsepower. About, not over and above, in Roush form to the customer. Then let the customer go ahead and pulley down. But you better have pulleys available, Roush. You better not have a parts bin empty. You better have phase this, phase that. Actually, what am I talking about? GripTech makes them. If this is an Odin, GripTech already makes the pulleys. If this is a Magnuson tooled 2650 or 3100, GripTech already makes pulleys. So you're good, Roush. Roush, you don't have to make shit. I apologize. Make your phase 1, phase 2 calibrations. Get them out there. Let people buy a GripTech pulley. Let them pulley down with a 6 rib. We'll see if they can make 14, 15 pounds of boost with butane, octanium, or race gas. Put it on a dyno, and we'll see if we can tickle 800 horsepower. I guarantee you will. The standard that Whipple is putting out there is with their stage 2 and octane booster and a pulley, 800 rear wheel horsepower is the goal. Roush, I think you could do that super easy with better torque than a Whipple, for sure. Nardi Mikado says, done deal for the show. Let's get back to Roush. Exactly. A proper mod should have done it already. I agree. He's looking up Senior's phone number. Look it up because you self-snitched. And you self-snitched. Who cares? What's your guess on the cost of the new Roush blower? I think it has to be on par with what VMP was doing. So let's go to, I'm not going to show the website. Let me see what a VMP Odin price is. Well, there's a bunch of different prices. But let's just say it's between $7,000 and $9,000. That's pretty good. No, that's Loki. So fucking stupid names. Holy shit. So I would say between $7,000 and $9,000 is what you're looking at for a Roush twin throttle body. Believe it or not, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Roush, let's talk. Roush, we should have a conversation, Roush, because I think we could do business. Roush. No, I'll shut up. You mentioned a potential Roush dark horse last episode. I can't lie. That sounds cool as fuck. If Roush somehow can... See, I don't know how that works. Because if Ford is selling is selling dark horses, but then Whipple is not a aftermarket car maker, they're just a blower supplier, I don't know if Ford will allow Roush to grab a dark horse and make it a Roush version. Unless it's like super one-off. Like you never saw Roush GT500s, right? Because the Shelby, the Roush stuff, I think clashes. But I don't think that dark horse is anything special and it's not tied back to Shelby or anything like that. But if you have a slightly better engine, which they are rumored to have, a 3160 transmission, which is a better geared transmission, and better tires, better brakes, and just the dark horse theme, which it's a decent looking car. I can't imagine why Roush can't say, this is a $110,000 car. A Roush RS3 dark horse. That's $110,000 cars, and you know they'll sell. I know it sounds crazy, but guys, there are psycho Mustang owners out there that will buy it. The car that won't sell is the basic Roush, like the Roush RS2, where it's the body kit, but it's a GT, but they're asking $70,000 for it. The RS3 fully loaded performance package, the whole tablet deal, the whole fucking variable exhaust deal with Roush's exhaust. By the way, remember, Roush provides exhaust. So the new GT will have Roush exhaust, Roush suspension. So Roush calibration, Roush blower. I think it'll be a good little car. I wonder if Ford Performance will stick with Whipple and go back to Roush. Well, isn't there a contract? Because the change happened in 2018, I think. So once Roush came out with the front feed 2650 with the single throttle body, the biggest mistake ever in hindsight, Ford said, well, Whipple has a better performing blower. So going forward for the new cars, we're not going to put our name and number. Actually, they didn't have. Okay, let me go. Didn't Ford Performance 2650? Let's see. I think they did have a Ford Performance 2650. Yes, they must have lost it somewhere between 18 and 23. Because if you look at CJ Pony Parts' website, there is a picture of a front feed 2650 with a Ford Performance logo and a Roush logo on it. So they must have lost the contract in this generation. They must have lost the contract right around this thing. They're like, yo, this thing sucks. And then now Whipple has rights to the contract with the FP700, whatever the hell, the F-150 truck, and Ford Performance is now offering Whipple kits as opposed to TVS's from Roush or Magnuson. Now, if it's a better performing blower or it shows promise, whenever the re-up, like, is it what, a 2-year contract, a 3? If Chuck Harder was to come on and tell me how, he probably won't. how long the contract runs for and when do they have to re-up on the contract. Roush has to show that they have a better blower. John Lund Sr. Senior, get a call from whom? So Senior. A customer came on to this chat and said just libelous bullshit. He said, why isn't Lund Racing getting after it anymore? They are not what they used to be. And I kind of poo-pooed it, and then he got into details. And then he said, I just wanted to install a fender well intake, and your tuner said no. I said, I don't think that's true. And then he started saying, oh, actually, he wanted more money. And I'm like, well, maybe it's because you're past your revision window. Then he gave me the ticket number. I went live, looked at the ticket number. I didn't show it on the chat. And the tuner did exactly what he's supposed to do. He says, sir, your current intake will support up to 1,000 horsepower. You don't need to pay anything. You're all set. Customer said, but I want to put it on, and it is not a intake we, let's say, approve. It was a intake that he wanted to just shove in the fender. And our tuner said, you don't need to. You're good with that intake. But if you want us to tune the intake in the fender you're about to install, re-up on the $150 to extend your revision window for 6 months, and we'll do it. But if there are issues based on this custom configuration, we're not going to chase it. He got mad, went here, and lied. Like legit lied about the whole back and forth that happened in the ticket. So you're good. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the people out there. Humanity is disappointing. Oh, still waiting on my Steed Stop the Hop kit. Senior, you missed it. I heard those sleeper kits and Whipple kits blow motors and cats. Look, you got to understand, guys. If you intend on pushing the power number on a stock Mustang stock exhaust, cats are going to be an issue. As a tuner in the ticket system, I can't advise you to remove them because that's illegal. But you and I both know the moment you go 12 PSI through small catalytic converters and you go back to back, you're going to smoke them. So it is up to you, the customer, to mitigate that. It is not up to the people providing the blower to mitigate that. Now, in my opinion, it is up to the blower company to advise the customer that, let's just say, factory emissions components might suffer, I don't know, an early malfunction if you raise the boost number past its recommended threshold. They had a Roush F-150 kit. They had a Roush F-150 lift, wheels, tires, and a blower with different interior, like an RS3 package for a Mustang. Can Roush make it backward compatible to S550 with 2 throttle bodies? It's a Coyote blower, bro. Muji World. It's a Coyote blower. I'm not going to say anything else because, I got ideas. You know what I'm saying? Dakota Jones says, dropping that like. Tony Football on getting his throw ready to hit that guy up, get that likes up. John Lund says, the general uneducated modding owner needs to sell whatever he has. Buy a $750 piece of shit with carb and distributor, buy a screwdriver and timing light, drive it, and learn for 6 months. John Lund, if people had to tune... By the way, John Lund, can you answer a question? How long have you been tuning for? Because there's word on the internet that you tuned after certain people. And I said, wait a minute, this motherfucker was tweaking on Fox bodies with like quarter horse or tweaker or whatever the fuck. And if you want to talk about tuning with carburetors, he was doing it in the 80s. So please put some respect on the dude's name. Stop it. Hell, I've been tuning carbureted stuff since the 90s. So technically, I've been tuning longer most of these tuners. Label, what's up? Dio says, just a memoir. Senior facts. Perfect answer, John. Hello, Lund. It's Vincent. Alex yelled at me. New Roush blower on Donnie. Stop it! Shut up! Shh. Ooh. Fuck it. Let's speculate. So, if Roush really wants to push this blower, I can make it fit a Gen 1. And I can make it work. I guarantee I can make it work. I've already tested. Roush, I can make it work. If you want me to bypass the 2.3, because I'm planning to get a Roush 2.3. But I have a GT500. I have a 13 GT. And they're going to be blower ready this winter. So, we can do whatever you want. John Lund says, I just bought this car with mods. I know it's tuned by Lund because no previous owner like 2 years ago told me no flash device. Coyote Austin says, X-Force O2 sensor with the mini cat will help the faulty CEL to help fix your broken cat. If you know, you know, says Coyote Austin. Senior was tuning back in the mid-90s, I thought. John is better than stop it. We know the internet doesn't lie. Bryson Witt says, I really don't know how y'all have issues in the ticket system. Paid my bill yesterday, had my startup tune before noon on less the 4 emails it done. Less than 4 emails. I remember Lund from the earlier 90s mags. Originally from New Jersey here. Reading my mind, says Ants Coyote. Here for speculation. First thing I thought about. Last week, Coyote says Jacob PBH make a split single adapter to run both throttle bodies in single motion. I tested that 10 years ago. Sorry, 9 years ago. I tested that 9 years ago and it worked flawlessly. Jake made the harness. The tuning is, you'll see. You'll see. Stop it, Roush. Seriously. Let's talk turkey. Because if you want to push this blower, because eventually you make more money just selling blowers than you do. Nah, maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know how much meat you got in the cars. You know what I mean? You put your springs in it, your exhaust, your bullshit. Jack Roush says, oh my God, you want me to sign the dash? Yeah, Mr. Roush, can you come over here and sign 17 dashes? Oh, fuck. Road. Sir, you typed in, you wrote Carol Shelby. Oh, shit, I did it again. Let me get the alcohol out. Jack, can't we just make a sticker with my name on it? Yeah, but then people, won't pay an extra $4,000 because you sat down for 3 hours and signed 7 dashes. No, you're good, Coyote Austin. Reggie Black says, welcome to the teen level. John Lund says, good stator plane? Piper Cherokee 160. No. You know what a good starter plane is, guys? American Airlines, Delta. Like, stop trying to fucking fly. Stay off the fucking skies. Leave that shit to professionals. Stop flying, please. Unless you're a professional. I'm going to spam the fuck out of Roush to get them on game. Our 15 to 17 RS3 is a good buy or worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't need a wife, but a girlfriend that can suck on this bitch and make a dude a sandwich? Yeah, it's all good. Guys, I bought my Gen 2 with a Lund tune with an N-gauge from a dealer. Didn't know what the hell that was. They gave me support for free for an entire year. Easy choice. What tuner? I went with Supercharge. Thieves always find a way to steal my factory emissions equipment, says Izzy R. Drop a like already. AC-130. I fly a Cherokee 300. Nobody cares. Please stop flying. Stay on the fucking ground. Okay? I don't need y'all motherfuckers dropping from the sky. I'm good. Stop it. We should get on Roush to get this man a blower. I'm not asking for a blower. Look, I will buy a 2300 and go low nines with it with Donnie. Not a problem. The GT500. See, the GT500 needs displacement because it's a low compression Coyote. So it's going to need... unless I get the motor back from the builder in time, but even if I don't think I'm going to get the motor back for probably a year. I'll be honest. And that's okay. I have the other Coyote. I'm going to need 30 PSI to make 1100 or 1000. It just needs to run 8s. So if it does it with a VMP, if it does it with a Roush blower, or if it does it with a 3.0 Whipple that is laying around at Lund Racing HQ, no, I don't care. I'm not going to support Whipple or promote Whipple. I just want to go 8s in the GT500 and sell it. Roush needs to stop it. What's your favorite type of sandwich? I'm a turkey club, dude. Best starter plane is a beach crab bonanza. Nobody cares. I build parts for the Harmon rocket, but that's a DIY plane. I don't trust anyone here to build a CAI, let alone a plane. All right, Theo, I got to go back to work. Glassroof Coyote, thank you very much for hanging in there. I shit my pants edition. The Ismpp Edition. Imagine Roush has an Ismpp Edition. Now, look, Roush probably does. I don't think Roush, the top brass, even knows who I am, and that's okay. But I think the guys that promote, project managers and stuff like that, they listen, they watch the show, and they think it's funny or whatever. But they probably hear me go, talk shit on Roush a little bit, and they're like, I wish he didn't do that. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. It's too easy. It's funny. But I understand if you don't want to fuck with the kid, and I get that. It's all good. Like, I don't want to be filtered because this company supports me. Look, we got DNA calibers, LMP, PMAS, Parts Farm, Main Force Performance, 2 Auto, and Bellac. I know Nitrous Outlet has reached out to me to, do some promotion stuff, but I'm a little leery on that because nothing against them. I don't know what I can offer them. They sent me a AN wrench kit, which I'll show on the Peasant Chat. I didn't have time to get it today. I checked the mail late. And I'll show you that on the Peasant Chat. But I don't know what I can offer that company. Roush, the only thing I could offer you is known performance of your superchargers. I love your old 2300s. I think your 2300s are the best blower you've ever had on in your catalog. Now this, we know it's an Odin. We look at it. It's an Odin cast with twin throttle bodies. Very smart of you. It has to have some Roush sauce. And I'm hoping there's a 3.1 version coming soon. Thoughts on the 2650 TVS on a Coyote? Oh my God, stop it. We've covered that a bazillion times. Kellen Stocks says, so the new Roush blower should clear the Gen 3 DI crap? Kellen Stocks, does the Odin clear the Gen 3 DI crap? So if the Odin clears the Gen 3 DI crap, then it'll clear the 24 DI crap. Wonder Racing says, sorry about your motor, but in all honesty, I think you should sell the 500 and put that money into Hush Money and Donnie. It's costing you too much. Yeah, but I have to run 8s first. Wonder Racing. Alex is chopped cheese kind of guy. No. I was planning to go turbo on my manual Gen 2, but Alex makes the 2300 sounds fun as fuck. Already partially bolted on my goals that are high 9s stick shift. What size wrench set? Yeah, right, 1 inch. If Mr. Roush would up his fiber, the intake, he wouldn't shit his pants. Beach Crap Bonanza, 836. Seriously, you got 300,000 for a cheap one? Here we go. Plain bullshit. Misfire Be Gone says, man, I haven't eaten Subway since 2014, and I'll keep it that way. Now, let's talk about a twin turbo C8 Corvette. So the ZR1 is going to be introduced July something, and you're going to see probably 800 horsepower, which is on the low side, for a twin turbo 5.5 liter high revving motor. Guys, flat plane crank, 5.5 liter twin turbo. I think the reason they're going to keep it at 800 is a couple of reasons. 1, warranty. 2, longevity. 3, performance and longevity. If this car is going to be driven at a racetrack, like, VIR, Willow Springs, which looks like it's going to close, it has to last a long time without getting super hot. So they can't shove 14 pounds of boost through the thing, have 8 to 5 compression, 9,000 RPMs, and think the car is going to be fine. You're going to have high IATs. You're going to have parts fail pretty soon. But the aftermarket is going to love this thing. If Global B stuff is available to be unlocked on the sooner side because it's already unlocked on the C8, I don't know if the Z06 is tunable yet. Do you guys know if the Z06 is tunable yet? If it is, then I can almost suspect that once the ZR1 comes out, it will also be tunable. So the data that people like Roshan and all those people that and Pite Performance and late model performance, I know they don't love the C8. Okay, you're gonna have to come to Jesus moment. All businesses come to Jesus moment. Maybe you don't think it's cool, but will it make you money? And are you in business to do cool shit? Or are you in business to make money? Do you think I like sending a ghost cam tune to people? No, but I know that's the reason a lot of people buy our product. They want to be able to chop on the fly or chop with a tune while having a performance tune in it. So they buy the performance tune just to get the ghost cam idle tune. Yes, believe it or not, people do that. And after I'm done with every ESS car, every Whipple car, every Vortec car, every Paxton car, what's the thing I hear at the end of the tuning? Y'all mind throwing me a ghost cam idle tune? And I go, fuck my ass. But I do it. Why? Because it sells the product. It allows me to pay my rent. It allows me to be employed. It allows Lund Racing to be able to be a successful business. So if you don't think the C8 is cool, that's all fine and dandy. But if people want it, like I do, like I would love a E-Ray because it's all-wheel drive, and I'm not going to be able to afford the Zora. I'm not even going to be able to afford the Z06, let alone the ZR1, let alone the Zora. So an E-Ray at $100,000 with a Magnuson Supercharger 2.6, even a 2.3 if they even make a 2.3, 800 horse combined, 600 at the motor and blower, and 200 at the wheel for the motor. That's a 800 horsepower all-wheel drive car that can have a whole bunch of fun with. That's great for me. That's all I need. So if a twin turbo ZR1 makes its way down the pipe, DI, auxiliary fuel system, open up the exhaust. Guys, the ZR1 is going to be a little bottlenecked because of emission standards. So if this twin turbo ZR1 has twin turbos that big, and you can shove race gas down its throat, tune it, this car's going to be fucking nasty. So I suspect people are going to make close to 1,000 rear wheel horsepower with the stock turbos, race gas, and opened up exhaust. It's going to be dumb because it's going to be the first twin turbo V8 offered American sports car ever. Has there ever been a V8 twin turbo American sports car? Before you say the Ford GT, that's a V6, and I'm not a big fan. I ordered the Lund Ghost Cam tune for my daily F-150. No regrets. Can't lie, my Ghost Cam on the fly blows people's mind. Leaving a like, we'll watch later. You hear about a dealer software being hacked from 50,000 dealers. My dealers use CDK for dealer software, and we're literally crippled, can't do shit. The wrenches smell like old roast beef. Do you think the C8 Twin Turbo also be hybrid due to government regulations? No. That'll be the Zora. Supposedly, it's going to be like this. Z06, ZR1 Twin Turbo 5.5 liter flat plane crank. Then the Zora 5.5 liter flat plane crank Twin Turbo hybrid, like the E-Ray. So the E-Ray is the test bed for the Zora in terms of its all-wheel drive system. Was Carter's TV banned from chatting? Do tell, because I tell everyone to watch this channel. Curious Teal, I don't know. I don't physically ban anybody. I let the mods do that. 600 people watching and can't tell me Roush isn't here. They gotta be here. I like the stock computer stuff y'all did with the Grey Goose. I think that's gonna be the Grey Goose is gonna be the stock computer king for a very long time. I don't know of another company in the Ford space or even the Chevy space or even the Dodge space that with the stock PCM can go sixes. Now, the investment they're going to have to put into it to make it run that number is going to be well north of $300,000. The Grey Goose has had 4 or 5 different motors in it, 7 or 8 different transmissions, 3 or 5 different rear ends. Now it's going to be front half, back half, fucked half, 69, 77. It's going to be everything. So we're just psycho, and we want to prove that with a stock Ford computer with a bunch of boxes attached to it, it can run well into the sixes and as fast as some of the fully built aftermarket standalone cars. This car has a Gen 2 architecture, and it has a 6R80 with a 2-speed conversion stock computer. So I don't think and if anyone gets close, Senior's just going to dust off the Grey Goose and get after it. And just, in my opinion, the Grey Goose should not go up against people like LDR classes or Brett LaSalla's of the world. Those guys are Motec, big turbo, almost pro mod shit. Almost, not quite. More LDR, but not necessarily pro mod stuff. But really badass stuff. I think Lund Racing should just focus on, we have the fastest stock computer car on the planet and the fastest overdrive style transmission on the planet. Like, you can micro record it to death, but the one that isn't a micro record is quickest, fastest stock ECU car on the planet. John Lund says, no Grey Goose is a league of its own. Exactly. Can I get a Ghost Cam tune? Alex immediately thinks Diddy clip. Exactly. Could you imagine if someone's like, oh, I need a Ghost Cam tune? I don't think Senior has heard this clip. Senior asked, is Wanda Racing on the chat? I'm like, it's fake. It's a fake name. But it's funny. Can I be frank? Says Coyote. Incorrect. The S7 was small block Ford. Smash that like button. Says Clint Stroke. ZR1 will be the American 720S. I think you guys might think I'm a turncoat and that I'm like all of a sudden a Chevy fan. No. Chevy is giving you guys what you want. V8 SUVs, V8 sedans, tunable V8 sedans, an American sports car with 5 different variants. You think the Mustang is giving you a bunch of choices? You can get into a base C8, a Stingray. I don't know if they have a Grand Sport, a Z06, a ZR1, and soon a Zora. Come on. I get it. Government motors, bailed out, gay shit. Yeah. They're giving you better car options than Ford. They just are. I would say Hennessy Venom was the first twin turbo. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up with Hennessy. Don't ever say the word Hennessy with like American sports car. Hennessy don't make shit. All right? They take parts from a bunch of different cars. It's like saying Lund Racing made the quickest and fastest twin turbo American V8. Like Hennessy? Hennessy. You know who keeps Hennessy afloat? Arabs. Arabs. Oh, Street Alpha Podcast. Street Alpha Podcast. Have you ever made a girl make sounds like Diddy made Meek? No, like that. Like, oh! No. Hey, Sixsuki, if you're here for free shit, I'm sorry. I've only given away a whole bunch of stuff. I can't keep up with the giveaways. I'm waiting for MFP to get some stuff. I'm gonna get with Nick, but guys, you understand, I can't promise you guys giveaways all the time. If you're here for free shit, I love you. I'll try to get you guys giveaways, but my God, to make that work, like every single time there's been a giveaway, I've had to be the middle guy telling the people, hey, did you give it? I'm like running logistics. And I'm like, no, please leave me alone. Please. If I have the part here, we're good to go. Meanwhile, Ford is giving us drift brake and 2 big ass laptop screens. Exactly. Oh my God. Smash the Devar says they're basically just a shop that puts parts on cars and slaps their name on it. Only Hennessy worth the fuck is the liquor. Hennessy is like Brent Speed. Oh, stop it. I think Cadillac CT5 had V twin turbo. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right, but I'm talking sports car. That yell at the end though. The shit! Right? At the end you go, oh shit! Hey. Roush is like, hey, are you promoting our blower with gay sounds? I'm like, yeah, do you want to work with me? Send me a pallet of blowers. I missed the cookies. Buy them. Buy them. What the fuck? Cadillac had the CT6V with twin turbo 4.2 V8. Please stop it. Speaking of giveaways, oh my God, cookies were the best. Again, buy them. Most of the people I know own Hennessy cars, get gapped all the time. Look, the only people that are keeping Hennessy afloat are the Arabs. They're like, oh, which car you think is best? Well, I don't know. I think the best bang for the buck is going to be the Hennessy 9000 package. 9000 package? Yeah, they sell a Corvette package for 9,000 horsepower. Then you get it, and like everything's loose. Lug nuts are loose. I don't know if it makes 9,000. You know, I really think they duped me. I don't think they make 9,000. Then you take up a rap career to make up for the... I wish I had that clip ready. Ah, fuck. I wish I had that clip ready. God damn it. Let me see. Indian rapper. Where is it? Oh, shit. I don't know. Oh, this... I can't play this. Lil Blackout? You know Lil Blackout. I can't play Lil Blackout. He says the hard R in the song. Lil Blackout. You know Little Blackout, right, guys? I don't have to play Little Blackout to tell you who Little Blackout is. And the reason I don't play it is because he says the hard R in his song. I would never. They're going to send us a pallet of Diddy's neighbor is what the hell is he doing? Alex, what's up with the ZR1 and Alec Bledsoe? You hinted at it, but what's the story? Alec Bledsoe tuned the ZR1 on the stock fuel system and flex fuel because Chevys have flex fuel logic. And he said at about E55, so lab coat time, it ran out of fuel system. So you got to peak. He's like, if you keep it at E50, it'll be fine. But he suggested, like I suggested, Sunoco 260 GT half the tank and the other half the tank of E85, and you should be good as long as it's under E55 or E60. You shouldn't run out of fuel system. Now, I know that when it gets cooler here in the winter time, I'm probably going to only be able to get away with like E40. Fuck! I wish I had... God damn it. God damn it. See, that's the problem. I need sound drops ready. I can't just fuck around. So... So, the moment wintertime hits, I gotta go with E40.
Trips, Dr. Green Thumb lips, just to ease my thoughts. Not just the cops, but the homies you gotta watch.
Tell me what they got.
The moon is full, look at the dark cloud. Sitting in my scraper watching Oakland going wild, ta-da.
If I break it up like that, maybe I won't get copyrighted.
I don't dump mainstream, I knock underground. All that other sugar coated and watered down.
Tell me when to go.
I'm from the Bay.
Come on, just say it. Fuck.
When to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
Yeah, so Alex, you're gonna have to stick to E40 when it comes time for winter and the cold air out there, unless I get a fuel system. I'm too white to know who that is. Will Sophia make you scream? Arab Night Rider song. Okay, sorry. If you want to find some, I like how the Turvy voice, the Arab voice, and the others all sound the same. Common idiot. I'm more of a country guy, so I don't know who that is. I love that the account is fake and it's probably some black guy talking all that shit. I love. Oh, fuck. Winter, ta-da! Copyright strike in 3, 2, 1. I know. Time for a soundboard upgrade. Bro's got a card. Check. Ford left all the small tuners out of the game. Shaking my head. No. They left the big tuners out. Ford, and again, they're probably forced to do this because of government regulation. But I don't think that the tuning is going to be opened up for a very long time on Ford vehicles. So that's why I'm like, all right, let me see what Roush has against Whipple, meaning what they have up against them in terms of competition, and talk about that. Because I don't think the aftermarket tuners are going to have access to it. I'll be honest with you. They've indexed a tune, you can see it, but you can't manipulate it, you can't flash it. And I think you need some kind of Ford credit system to allow a flash to happen, which is blowing my mind. Alex, you need to get them pails of E30R. Oh my God, E30R. The moment winter comes, you have to switch over to Coke Zero and Sprite Zero. E40 tried blaming me for his AC breaking. His ass wanted to run it when it was less than 60 degrees out. I just already swapped my 01 Silverado. Bye. Wait. It's got 342 gears and they seem to work really well. Might be a good option for horsepower guys like myself under 550. Roush, hey Alex, here's a USB to play with. Dude. Oh. Again, I will sign NDAs up the ass. But to have some support from like higher ups, but I get it. They're probably under non-competes too. Like Roush probably has to sign a non-compete. Roush probably can't provide tuning for other people or anything like that. Or, you know, because that'd be some serious shit. Like you can like sue motherfuckers for that. So that'll be interesting just to kind of talk to maybe I'd love to talk to the calibrators. Like, see, if Roush wants to have me over there, I don't want to see your buildings. I don't want to see the P51 engine assembly room. I don't want to see PAS. I don't care about PAS. No offense. I don't care about your injection molding plant where you do all the side-by-side moldings and doors and hoods and all this stuff. I don't give a shit. My wheelhouse is the Ford Mustang. So I just want to talk to the tuners all fucking day. I want to see how they tune things. I loved seeing their test mule have a copper tube be bolted onto the engine. And I asked them and routed into the car. And I said, what is that copper tube? And he's like, that's how we tune the knock sensors. I go, excuse me? He goes, yes. The resonance that the blower creates might set off the knock sensor. So what we do as tuners is we drive the car, data log it, but then we listen for audible knocks. So we basically put a copper tube bolted to the side of the block where we might be able to hear the telltale signs and frequencies of detonation. So if the knock sensors pick up knock before we audibly hear it, we know it's false. So we then desensitize or change the frequency or adjust the frequency where the knock sensors would come into play with 91, 92, 93, 89 octane, depending on what the customer is going to use. And I thought that was so ingenious. I thought that is very cool because it is old school way of thinking with brand new stuff. And I thought these guys are great. The problem is, I think the calibrators at that level have a bit of a stick up their ass, and I'll tell them to their face, like, y'all OEM calibrators, but y'all OEM calibrators because you have access to the OEM stuff. I'll put my money that if Junior, Senior, and a couple of other tuners that are really good with programming have their hands on the same software that the OEMs have, I think they could be on par, if not better, because we have race experience. The transmission calibration is leaps and bounds ahead of anything Whipple and Roush ever had in terms of racing stuff. And once we get out to racing and perform, we, bake that into a lot of the tuning. And a lot of people, they go from a Whipple tune that's smooth driving, but then they go to a Lund tune. They're like, dude, it gained 0.3 on the same boost, same fuel, just a tune change because of the transmission tuning. So I think that's what I would be geeking out over if I was to fuck with Roush. I'd be like, bro, I just want to talk to your calibrators for a day. And maybe I'm dumb, I don't care, but I just want to get to know how the process is. And if a USB stick falls off of a pallet, hey, You think people actually say we have to lock this down so Lund Racing can't go 6s or 7s first on our platform? I don't think first matters anymore. We weren't first to tune the 21 Mustang. We weren't first to tune the 21 F-150. But we're the best. Alex, you need to get that. Stop it. Stop it with the hawk too. It's not funny. Stupid. My wheelhouse is a huge wheel of cheese. Oh, stop it. You could probably get into contact with them, to be honest. I live local to them and they always get hit up time for work. And just to tech, I'll just sound out. So, the thing is, though, this is the problem, Coyote Austin. I don't need Roush. Roush doesn't need me. But it's better to have me in your corner than to not have me in your corner. Some of the biggest mistakes I think a lot of these manufacturers make is not suck my cock. Right? Like, all you gotta do is suck my cock. A little bit. Just edge it. Go like this. Go give me that. And then all of a sudden you get positive feedback. You have me in your corner. You have me as a defender. You have me as someone that is pushing the product. But what happens? Ego. We don't need him. Fuck him. Okay. Now you have an adversary. And maybe it doesn't affect sales that much. But I guarantee, if I wasn't talking all that shit, I guarantee I'm making 2 or 3 people a little apprehensive about your product if you don't suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Those calibrators got a ditty up their ass. Dark Sir says, unless your name is Livernois, Ford won't listen. We got people. I've seen people use headphones to listen to knock, but it's too late when it happens. Roush is objectively a better tuner than Whipple. I'm not familiar. Is Roush objectively a better tuner than Whipple? I don't know, because I think Ed Badillo is very talented, but he has Ford tools. So it's like saying, is Ford a better tuner than Ford? Because if you have a Ford engineer versus Roush, that is a company that is an engineering firm that has access to Ford stuff, you're basically saying, is Ford better than Ford? Now, the tuners at Roush might have some saucy stuff. Maybe they might be able to shift it a little firmer. They tweak the torque reduction. They make the spark cut a little less intrusive so that it's a faster shift. Maybe they tweak it and get better and better at it. But at the end of the day, they're all working with whatever Ford allows them to work with. Once you get it into our level, we have to have access to everything. And once we have access to everything, then we can say, we don't have to work within these guidelines. We can blow up the transmission if we want, because you want to go racing, right? You want to go fast, right? No torque reduction, slamming on the shifts, make it work, papa. Since then is Whipple and NA tuner. Whipple tune were left until broke mofos could afford a real tune. Watch it, Theo. Alex, Roush flirting online is plenty of advertising. You're not wrong, AZR. Even Ross said it on their post. Don't strive to be the best. First to something, strive to be the best. Exactly. We weren't, Lund Racing wasn't first to go 7s with the S550. But who do you know that has gone 7s in multiple S550s? See, it's one thing to go 7s once or twice in an S550, but it's different to go like every weekend a new person goes 7s. So be the first. But if, let's say you're the first, why didn't you have 20 or 30 others do the same thing? Was it a fluke? Did you not have the customers willing to blow it up and smash it into a wall to get the record? Or did your tuning not necessarily, wasn't the difference maker? Like the tuning didn't actually cause the car to run that number. It was just a fluke on a cold day and the car just happened to do it on its own in spite of your tuning. Kellen Stock says, that's right. Better to have Alex in your corner than don't sit back and wonder what happened if you don't. Sneaker Kid says, 24 GT, 10R, 3100 killer setup. I think so. Anyone know if it'd be better off with a couple of gallons of Pump 110 or a can of octane booster? That's a good question. If I were you, I would do the Pump 110 because the octane booster's additives tend to make the spark plugs look orange. Now, I don't think that's going to make the orange color itself. I don't think it's going to hurt the car. But I think it's better to have race gas than an octane booster as an octane adder. Roush says, I think we should go with Alex. Alex, Roush should suck my cock. Right, that's right. That's right. Because it only went once, it blew up and melted everything. Warranty and emissions, that's why they don't partner with tuning companies. Joseph Jones, they don't have to partner with tuning companies and have an official relationship. They can have an unofficial relationship. Meaning, hey, I want to work with you guys to see what the limits are of this situation. So let's just say you sign an NDA that's ironclad. You have lawyers up the ass, right? Here's our tune. Here's access to some tools. If you fuck with these fucking things, we will sue you into Bolivian. Where is it? Does he have it here? Do I have Bolivian here? Please tell me I have Bolivian here. I thought I had Bolivian here. Heavy duty, danger zone, Mike Tyson.
Where do you go from here, Mike?
I don't know, man. I might get fade into Bolivian.
He's just going to fade into Bolivian. If you fuck with us, we're going to fade you into
Where
Bolivian.
do you go from here, Mike?
I don't know, man. I might get fade into Bolivian.
So don't fuck with us. And then you take their stuff. You test it. You track it. You tweak transmission stuff. And then you share information back and forth. Now, we have to have something. We have to have some skin in the game. Okay, so do we have access to anything? Can we get a leg up on anything? Can we get some kind of bootloader situation, something happening where we can maybe flash the car? You know what I'm saying? So I think there can be an unofficial partnership with NDAs in the background so as everyone's happy and we have access and we learn. And when it becomes tunable, we got the jump on things. I don't know if that'll happen, though. The oh God has to be the initial penetration. The oh God? He said oh God in it? Oh God. He says it right off the bat. Oh. Right there. Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Oh Jesus. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. They have to give you the... Oh, stop it. The Diddy clip is diabolical. Just tore down an STI engine and the whole chamber is orange from octane booster. Right. Signed NDAs. Back channel testing. I agree. Bolivians on the chat. The fuck did we do? I don't know, man. I'm just going to go fade into Bolivian and do my own thing.
Where do you go from here, Mike?
I don't know, man. I might get fade into Bolivian.
In words of China, you will be incepted. Alex, I'm doing an F100 build with the Gen 2 Coyote playing. I need a test kit. Should I do 3.9 or 373 gears? I don't know what transmission you're using, manual or auto. I'm using Roush to get to Tremec. I don't think Tremec is willing to give you access. Tremec is waiting for the warranty period to expire. This is what I suspect Tremec is doing. The moment the car is out of its warranty window, 5-6 years, 440, 560. What is the warranty window for 2020 plus GT500s? 560, 5. Once those cars are out of their warranty window, then all of a sudden a USB stick drops off the truck, and boom, people are tuning to DCT. Hawk to it is not funny. It's not. It's stupid. Time to take home for his evening walk. You're right. Once I say see you later, he's up my ass. First time in a while I've seen a complete show live. Cheers, Alex. Victor Reyes. Thank you very much for hanging in there. And T56, fucking 430s. 430s. You can rep to 8,000 with a Coyote. Pop in and drop a like. Alex is obsessed with that Diddy clip. I don't know what. This is my favorite.
Or did that.
He tried to steal money, and he's a fucking asshole. That's what I say. He's a fucking asshole. He tried to keep
the attention for him, not for Munguia. He's a fucking asshole. He steals his fighters. That's what he do. Fucking pussy. Motherfucker.
All right.
I'm here for you too, motherfucker.
Okay. That's my favorite clip. All right, guys, let's end it. Today, we talked about Roush hitting up your boy on Instagram, letting you know that the twin throttle body equipped TVS, unknown whether it's a 2650 or a 3100 Supercharger, has been put out there, teased by Roush. Congratulations. Now there is a second blower available for 24 Mustangs, and that just makes customers happy. Now they have options and choice. It makes Whipple work harder. It makes Roush a contender. Competition is good for everybody. So I think it's a great thing. If a Roush twin throttle body blower shows up on my doorstep, I'm not going to be mad about that. We also talked about finally releasing pictures of that I had in my possession for a year and a half of the turbo manifolds for the C8-ZR1 Corvette. Go back on the show, check it out. I might just clip that and put it as a standalone situation so that you guys don't have to dig through an hour's worth of show to find that clip. So I might just upload that clip tomorrow morning just so that you guys can see it in person and we can talk and speculate about that at another time. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Sunday night for Peasant Chat. Thank you very much. We had 600 people watching today. Roush, congratulations on releasing the blower. I can't wait to see the performance numbers. I can't wait to see what you did with the design. We could talk turkey. We could work together. You want me in your corner or do you want me to be an adversary? I think you want me in your corner. Let's work and we'll see if we can make this blower, because I'm a TVS fan. We'll see if we can make this blower perform and make 800 horsepower with octane booster or race gas and run into the nines, and then you're right there with your competitor, which is Whipple. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Sunday night. See you later. Bye.